Starting up on a new diorama. It's going to be a dojo setting for my shelves that I showed in the last episode of Between the Frames. Right now none of this is like glued down or anything, but you can see I started the base coat of it. Got some wood grain textures in there. Gonna have a little window in the back, you know, some floor space. I actually have another piece that is drying right now, but it's a wood, like just, I don't know if you would even call it like a stage or whatever it is, but like just kind of the front part of the dojo where I guess the master would sit and like the students would be on the floor doing whatever the demonstration is they're doing. Inspired because I saw Al Figures had done dojo. He's done several over the past however many years, but I was like, man, I kind of wanted to try one for a long time. And now that I got some of those Street Fighter figures, I was like, yeah, this is a good time to have like maybe Ken and Ryu in here. So, I mean, I didn't want to do exactly the same kind of style he did, but then when I was looking at the dojo from, was it Street Fighter Assassin's Fist, that live action thing that came out a couple of years ago, the dojo basically looked the same stylistically as the one that he made most recently. So I'm like, wow. I mean, I guess Al Figures really nailed the look of it, but I guess they all kind of look the same. So, I mean, I wanted to try and go a different direction with it. So, I mean, I've got it obviously on a smaller scale, and I'm going to try a few different things with it. I don't want to like totally rip off his style, but, you know, when it comes to a dojo, there's, I guess, only so much stylistically that you can do. And plus, this is kind of like just my first one anyway, so it's probably going to wind up being pretty basic. But I dig it so far. Put a little work in. Got some paint on the back wall. And this is that wooden piece that I told you about. I still don't even know what this would be called. Like, I'm just going to call it the front. So yeah, the front of the dojo, all painted up. Looks pretty nice so far. I mean, I got to detail it a little bit more, but so far so good. I got some work started on the side walls. You'll see this one's going to be only wood coming to about the middle because I want to have some stuff here. So I'm thinking I might make like a wooden beam and kind of like lay it across there. And, you know, maybe do one in here too. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But you can see where I cut away. Maybe you can't see it against the black table, but here you go. That's where I cut it away from that wall so that it fits in snug against that. Let's see if you can see it there. Against that wooden beam that's across the side there. So, I don't know. Pretty cool. I think this will turn out pretty nice. I also want to get a couple things changed around in the lab. Maybe I'll do some lab work here tonight. I'm thinking about doing something with that shelf. Like, I don't know, because I've got this shelf that I showed in the last video, and to have that one in the corner facing the wrong way seems weird. So I'm thinking I might just shift that one and have it so the both shelves are facing this way. And that way, like, you know, my animation stuff is on one side. My two, let's just say, displays are on this back side here. We'll see what happens. I also got to find a place to hang that sweet picture of Ryu that's hiding back there. That's, I don't know, it's in a frame and everything. Got Ken out here. It's an awesome picture. Actually, let me get this light on. It does nothing to light this up, but yeah. This is actually sent to me from Burnout Inc. I think he was moving, or I don't remember exactly what the deal was, but he was just unloading some of his stuff, and he was just like, dude, if you want this, it's yours. I'm like, do I want that? That's badass. So, got the Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4, I'm sorry, Ken scroll. I really dig it. So that's why I have to find a place to hang that little Ryu one that I just showed too. So got something here that kind of interested in trying out, seeing if it works. This is just like a little container that I got at Target. I don't know, canister. Dishwasher safe. I think you put like either, I don't know, like spices or something in there. It's in the kitchen section, so you get all these in all different sizes. But the reason I got it is, you know, you pop it off obviously, and it's just kind of like a clear cube. And I looked at it and I thought like, oh, I wonder, you know, if I put something like this together, maybe got a little of that knitting grid that I use for everything. Pop that over there, you know, wrapped it around. Suddenly, I might be looking at a pretty sweet building for Godzilla. And having it be clear would mean that I could take some lights, pop them in there, and just, boom, illuminate it. So, I mean, obviously this doesn't look like anything right now, but you could have a lit up building. You know what I'm saying? I started making a prototype with one I got from Walmart. Unfortunately, you can see that the plastic is a little bit more Like, it's translucent. It's not quite transparent, so unfortunately it's not going to like shine the whole way through. But I did start putting together a pretty sweet looking building, I think. I mean, again, this is just kind of my prototype to see how it looks, but you know, once again, if you find yourself so inclined, you could stick lights in there and bomb. You got yourself a light up building for the next time Godzilla attacks. Pretty sweet in my opinion. So yeah, just an idea I had. I think I might work on that. I'm going to see if I can get different size containers, because obviously I have like a small one and a really tall one, but if I can get containers of various shapes and sizes like this, I might try and do something really elaborate for like a city setup. Because I did mention in the last video I wanted kind of a better looking city for my Godzilla display. And just, you know, for the next time I do a stop motion, because I had a lot of fun making Aftermath, and I would love to revisit Godzilla at some point. So, I don't know, just step up my game a little bit, because I'm always about challenging myself on these videos, and if I'm not improving, then it's really not that fun for me. I like to challenge myself with this animation stuff, and the sets are a part of that. Just got messing around with an Amazon package here that I got a day or so ago. I seen Burnout Inc. recommended one of these light bulbs on his channel a while back, and I'm just now finally getting around to grabbing one. And it comes with a pretty sweet remote, as you'll see. Got yourself a little bit of a dimmer there. I don't know if it's even... There we go. I had it on full brightness. There you go. As you can see, it's darkening. Lightening things up a little bit. Yeah. Pretty sweet gimmick. What I like best, though, is the color change option. Yeah. You can imagine how sweet JWF stuff will look with these. You can even do like a DX entrance here. Or like, I don't know. I'm thinking of like Kane with the red. Or Undertaker. Man, I wish I had this all those other times I did Undertaker entrances. Crap, that would have been way easier. Also turn that shelf around, as you can see. I faced both of them facing the same way. Looks a lot cleaner now. Still gotta, I don't know, mess around with the, like these guys I think is definitely gonna stay on the top, because I don't know, the Hot Toys, they look great. The Sideshow Revenge of the Sith Jedi, I really like how they look. And then, you know, the wrestling stuff, different wrestlers like obviously pop in and out of there as I get different figures, or as I feel like just swapping some out for different ones, because I mean, this is only a small part of my collection. I got many more. Let's see, some of the newer ones that I added in here. Let me see if I can get in here without too much of a shadow. I'm trying to think the last time I even showed this, but I probably changed a bunch of it around since then. But some of the newer ones I added in here. Obviously the Storm Collectibles Hollywood Hogan. Great figure. Do not sleep on that figure. Get yourself one. I can't remember if this Seth Rollins was in here before. I might have had the one with the black attire. The Toys R Us one, I think. Or was this the Toys R Us one? Jeez, I can't even remember. But the one in black I actually like a lot better than this one. So I'm probably going to switch him out at some point. Got the Rock in there. Every now and then I trade out the Cactus Jack with the Mankind. And Cactus Jack and Mankind both got re-releases. So if you missed either of the original figures, you should get the re-releases, because, I mean, they're awesome. They also re-released the old school, like, brown Mankind, too. But I'm probably going to skip that one, because I don't like that they didn't use the correct boots like they used on the earlier one. So I'm kicking myself for passing on that one, honestly. Shawn Michaels. You got Bret Hart. Sid. A couple different things. Finn Balor's back there. My custom Vince. That Goldust. What a great figure. But the face doesn't quite look like Goldust. I actually bought one of the most recent basic Goldust figures to try and create a head sculpt that looks a little bit more accurate to how he actually looks, to try and do like a little custom deal on him. I don't know. Hopefully that works. Yeah, just a little bit of WCW going on over here. Got, you know, Flair, Vader, Sting, the NWO, Macho Man, old school Jericho, Mysterio. Obviously these aren't like WCW versions of those guys, but I don't know. I dig it. Got up here Raven, Steve Blackman, two custom WWE figures. I'll probably do a video on Blackman at some point, because I just made him in the past couple of months. And yeah, I mean, I wanted a figure of him, and so now I got one. Got the NECA Adam West Batman up here. The last Between the Frames video, I showed the Mattel set that I got with all the props and everything. That was recorded just a few weeks, I want to say, before his death. And the video came out, I want to say, just a couple of days after he died. And I gotta be honest, man. Celebrity deaths don't usually get to me because, I mean, I understand the circle of life. It's just something that kind of happens, you know? But Adam West dying, man, that kind of messed with me in a little bit more of a real way. So, I don't know. Sucks. But either way, he left a great legacy on Batman's history, and I plan on getting into some of that in a future video. And you can see now, because I moved that shelf, I still got to figure out what I want to do with a couple of those things. But I managed to move a lot of that stuff under the table. And you can kind of tell it doesn't really restrict my floor space too much as far as like where I can stand when I'm doing animation on this table. So far I'm pretty happy with it. I haven't gotten the chance to really do much animating since I moved this stuff around, so I can't say 100% if it's like going to get in the way or not, but so far I dig it. I'm pretty happy. I want to figure out something to do with that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I can sneak it in there somewhere. I doubt it though. It's looking pretty claustrophobic as it is. But yeah, lab's coming along. I can dig it. Still gotta hang up Ryu though. So here we are so far with the dojo I was working on. Painted up the walls, painted the platform there on the floor. Platform, that's what I should have been calling it this whole time. Did some of the texturing and stuff on the wood. Hopefully you can see that. I think it looks pretty good. Not quite sure what I want to do with the floor yet. I'm thinking about if I want to like sculpt some more, like a wooden floor in. I don't know. And I definitely want to do something with that window area, like frame it and do something there. I don't know. Haven't fully fleshed this out yet. But this wall I want to have either something on it, or I want to make it so that there can be like a removable thing that looks almost like a door or a window or something, and then hang like decorative things like across, I don't know, maybe this wall. What I did build out of little popsicle sticks and dowel rods is this little table here. Nothing too fancy, just I dirtied it up a little bit, and that can kind of sit back there. It's not the perfect, you know, it's not perfect for balancing or anything, but it looks pretty good. And I also paid like $3 for this little bonsai tree. So there you go. You can have your decorations going on there too. For scale purposes, here's Ryu, SH Figure Arts. I dig it. I think it looks pretty good in there. You can stand them up on the platform area too. Definitely looks pretty boss. One of the things I was actually considering for the floor was a this sushi mat, which I've used for a couple of different things, just like as backgrounds of I don't know, like scenery in some of my videos and all that kind of stuff. So there's that set up. Almost looks like a, I don't know, like a wooden or like a bamboo like training floor or something like that. And, you know, figures can stand on it pretty easily, as you can see. It does give a unique look. I do like how it looks. I just got to figure out if this is the direction I want to go. I mean, worst case scenario, if I do sculpt a floor on, it's not like I can't just put this over top of it if I want a different look for the diorama. So, I don't know. And you can see that it actually, like, slides part of the way under the platform, too. So, in theory, I could make it basically take up the majority of the floor. So, I don't know. Still working on a couple different ideas. I dig it, though.